Please welcome Elora Depew.
Wow. 4 years ago at this time, I was in a ceremony quite like this one. I was watching the PALCS class of 2018 graduate, but mostly I was watching my brother graduate. I remember thinking that the ceremony was a bit too long and wishing for the speakers to just hurry up and finish speaking. I really wanted nothing more than just to give my big brother a tight hug and be with him in this special moment in his life. So if you lose focus while I'm speaking, it's probably karma, and I forgive you. Ever since 8th grade, my friends and I used to joke about what our yearbook quotes would be. Some people gave motivational quotes off of Pinterest. You know the ones I'm talking about. You tilt your head to and say, wow, that's pretty deep, but then accidentally forget 2 minutes later. Others quoted famous presidents, scientists, or even theologians. But I put my tongue in my cheek, as usual, and crafted a quote of my own. It represented my state of mind after a very rough school day. It's that feeling after you've forced so much information into your brain that it's screaming at you, I can't take anything else. I know my classmates can relate. My unofficial yearbook quote summarized my frame of mind, and after sending it, I felt it hit a little bit too close to home. I mean, it was a joke, but not actually a joke. I said, suffering is educational. Suffering is educational. Lexico.com defines suffering as the state of undergoing pain, distress, or hardship. But I realized that suffering, however unpleasant, had a positive outcome. In the suffering, I learned. I expanded my horizons, and I expanded my tolerance. I found myself able to not only hold my own in the battle against mountains of schoolwork, I was able to conquer. Each year got harder, and my responsibilities grew. But the previous year's struggle trained me to fight. The past 4 years have not been easy. They've been laced with discomfort and a lot of hard work. But in front of me is just the next stair to climb, and behind me is how far I've already come. Right now, I want to acknowledge the class of 22's hard work and how far they've come. People assume online school is pretty easy. It's actually not. It requires unparalleled dedication, drive, and self-motivation. I asked a few of my fellow seniors to share their experiences, their hard-won battles, their adversities that were ultimately educational. My friend Allison lives on a farm in the middle of nowhere. Her words, not mine. Bad internet made doing school a constant struggle, but she pushed through, and she's here with the rest of us, a successful graduate and the proud owner of 2 small businesses. My friend Andrew shared that finding support networks in his PALCS teachers, friends, and family was the key to surviving high school, COVID-19, and everything in between. And my friend Sarah juggled a college-level chemistry class, a full high school course load, a job, and point class twice a week. There were times when her high school commitments felt too much to bear, but she says moments like performing with her dance company and graduating right here, right now, makes it all worth it. I want to commemorate the work that each person has done to make it here today. For all the late night study sessions, for all the virtual lessons, for the assignments that we worked ahead on, to the assignments that we slid in at 11:58 p.m. right before the deadline. I know I'm not the only one. For every hour spent in lesson help or messaging our teachers, taking the initiative to further our education. For every discussion post and every quiz. For logging into the lobby day in and day out. For everything that each of us has done to make it here today. If this ceremony was the sole result of our high school years, I'd be disappointed, especially if the only thing I had to look forward to was hearing myself give this speech. But it's not. The final result, through the suffering and through the learning, is that we've become more mature versions of ourselves. Look how much you've changed, class of 2022. We've struggled, we've suffered, we've fought, and as a result, we've learned so much. The struggle doesn't end here. Ask any adult in this audience. They know life isn't easy. They know that adversity, that suffering, is a reality. But I bet they also have some lessons. They have some wisdom. They have some experience and education on this thing that we call life. So wherever life leads you, dear class of 2022, remember that suffering is educational. Make the most of the rough patches you encounter and learn from them. If I could speak to the me from the past, my 8th grade self sitting in a room like this 4 years ago, I don't think I would tell her everything that her high school years would bring. I think I would tell her that she needs to simply just take each step as it comes, fighting each battle prayerfully, one at a time. Her struggles would change her, and our struggles have changed us. So, to the me of the past and the class of 2022 of the future, congratulations on making it this far. Let us continue on. Thank you.